Because I'm not gay. This is gay. New beginnings. I mean, come on. Come on, new beginnings. Let me take a seat, man. Look, I am delighted to make this video. And we upgraded, we moving and stuff, we upgraded. I felt like I was doing a streak of videos to where it was consistent. The grades were low. I just wanted more and more and more and more, and I wasn't getting it. This anime right here, as I just noticed some crumbs on this. Long story short, I got what I've been asking for. This anime right here, Redo of Healer. I'm gonna put a "the" in there because I just feel like Redo of Healer is grammatically incorrect. Redo of the Healer, right? This anime is everything you could ask for in a season 1. I'm getting overwhelmed because I watched all 12 episodes. All 12 episodes. In one day. I just finished an hour ago. I had to take a shower, I had to debrief and all that for my emotions. I had 2 things going. I had a TV going. I had my other device going, mobile device. I'll get to that. Now listen. What do you mean it has everything you want and more? It is brutal. It has action. It has romance. It has plot. It has development. Listen, it has progression, which is technically development, but another way to put it, bro. What is this anime about? Okay. The concept of this anime is one of my favorite things because it just makes it questions your morality and how you feel. Now, this is about a boy. And this boy is part of the hero class. And that's people chosen at random of who becomes hero, and you get something glowing on here. So you essentially have the opportunity to get a sort of power, which would be a subclass, is your power. Now, his subclass was to be a healer. Sounds nice. You go around healing folks in battle and all that. This is happening during the, not medieval times, but medieval times. There's no guns, just straight sword battles and all that. So he gets the class, the hero healer. And he goes to the kingdom and everything. He's from a little small town. We're going to call him Key because he has 2 names, but we're going to call him Key. Key goes, this one lady comes, picks him up. She's one of the lead heroes and all that, right? And essentially, they're like, look, you've been deemed as a healer. Let's put you to work. So this one lady who, was one of these favorable knights and high praise, she lost her arm in battle. So then his job, he comes through, boom, heals her up. But the thing about healers with him is that it takes a lot out of you because when he heals somebody, he gets their memories and it's a bunch of trauma that comes along with it. So after he heals, he's knocked out. So essentially, due to that experience, this is his first time healing somebody. He was like, when he woke up, fuck this shit. I want to go home. I can't heal no more. So one of the head honchos, the daughters of the king, was like, okay, that's cool. I'm not going to force you to, heal nobody and all that. Psych. You know what I'm saying? She's straight plotting off rip. She was plotting with the head priest and look, this man's healing. So essentially they drug this man, or he's a boy, drug him, and then they put him in a dungeon and shit. And he's a prisoner. He's captive. Now, this is when his shit starts going left. Because once he's captive in the jail, she treating this thing like a dog. There's knights and stuff come in the cells, There's women as well coming in there, like, they having sex with this kid. I mean, like, going crazy.
What? What the fuck?
Now, the reason I said earlier, I watched on 2 devices is because from Amazon, in America, this was on Amazon Prime. And Amazon Prime had a filter version. And it was interesting because like the filter version was just so watered down and toned down. So I also had, something on the side to see the unfiltered version. So I found that online. So anytime something explicit was going to happen, I would just switch to my phone, watch that real quick, then switch back. It was an experience, to say the least. But like, they were going crazy on this kid. Like, I'm talking about threesomes, dudes were raping him, like it was bad. Like, I was like, what the fuck?
What?
Like, what's going on here? So like, just months of that, eventually, they go on a mission, like years later, they go on a mission. And then they fight this demon lord girl, right? She tears everybody up but him, because he's in the back. He's chained up. He's a healer. So then the girl, who's like the princess, was like, yo, come heal us. And essentially he was like, fuck all that. I'm not healing y'all. And then he defeated the demon shawty and then got Philosopher's Stone, which is similar to Ulysses. Watches that video on that. Similar concept of Philosopher's Stone. And he essentially wishes for a redo. Now, that's the high level because it's time. It's spoiler time. It's spoiler time. Get the oversized Beamer or what the fuck that nigga is. It's spoiler time. Listen. That will go back to some detail. Now, this man is not just a healer. When he heals you, he gets like your trauma and all that, but at the same time, he gets all your skills, your experiences, and everything. So through the months of torture, he was healing folks, touching folks, and all that. He was just collecting skills. So when the time came to fight the demon shawty, he was able to, get out the chains. He was beasting and feasting, beat her, got the Philosopher's Stone, and basically wished for everything to redo before he got his powers. So it was like a whole restart. And so the princess obviously was trying to stop him before she could do that, trying to negotiate with him. He's like, fuck that. Boom, wish. So that's why it is called Redo of the Healer or Redo of Healer. It's because essentially now he has all this knowledge, he going back in time. Now, in order to do this, somehow, some way, it might have been through the Philosopher's Stone or whatever, but he was able to communicate with his past self to to guide him to this one lake. And at this lake, crazy aggressive chair. And at this lake, it was like a little fairy, and he obtained some sort of sight. Now this sight, bro, the plan is so cold because like his older version or his futuristic version, I guess you could say, planned all this out because he knew that once dude got the sight, he would be able to see like the future and all the history behind it. It's technically the future. It's like future history behind it, which he did. So essentially, it's like you go back to 9th grade in college.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I mean, 9th grade in high school or freshman year in college, but you already graduated. And you going back in time with all the knowledge that you obtained. You're getting a 4.0 off rip. So that's essentially what this was. Like he structured it to where his older self would know everything and be able to guide his life to get revenge on these folks in a better life. Because the life he had was trash. I mean, this guy was a straight up prisoner, sex slave, just being used. He was a cum bucket.
Damn.
Like, this is insane. It was crazy. So that's basically what the season was. Just the episodes of him just getting revenge on these folks and getting cold. So the only thing sus about this is he didn't have to. He chose to relive certain things. He could have handled things a little bit differently, but he intentionally put himself back in certain situations for whatever reason. I don't know why. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it because I'm guessing it's to collect the skills that he needs, but I'm sorry. If I already knew that I'm over here getting trained, my nuts stomped on, meat flicked uncontrollably, I'm getting sexually assaulted, I'm not doing that again. Like, there has to be another way. Like, this dude is getting piped. It was this one time with the group he was with when they fought the demon lord. It was one time, it was Key, the princess, this one lady who had like long sword, and this one dude who they call him Bullet with the gun. I mean, like, this was to me one of the longest episodes of my life. Even though it was only 20 minutes, the amount of assault that was happening to this man, I'm talking about, he went from one tent where the princess is treating him like a dog, because they got him hooked on this like type of drug and hooked, because like technically he was supposed to be hooked, but then his body, since he's a healer, developed like an antidote to it, but he was just like playing along with it because they would just abuse him on this drug, so he was just playing along with it and waiting on his moment. Bruh, I'm talking about she stepping on his nuts, she kicking this man, she abusing him, making him eat her out, I mean, it was absolutely insane. So he leaves that tent, trying to go back to his other tent. Then the girl with the long sword stops him, beats him up outside, pulls him aside. She's obsessed with the princess. She's like, oh, you over here licking up, going down on the princess. Let me taste it off your mouth. Like, I mean, it's just crazy shit. Then she beats his ass and shit. Then he's trying to go back to his tent. He's back in his tent. Dude over here got rose petals, stripper poles, and he's like, what the fuck? Here comes this big ass dude named Bullet behind him, gripping him up, rubbing his meat from behind. Like, it's crazy work. It's crazy work. I mean, bruh.
Help! Help! Help me! Help!
This man is damaged goods, and y'all just taking turns on this man. Crazy. It was wild. I literally couldn't wrap my head around the assault that I was watching. This is sexual assault, like times 100. And, when he started getting his lick back with all the new information and going back and going crazy on these people, like, he was literally destroying people. And it makes you question things, because it's like, yes, what he's doing is wrong, but at the same time, it's justified. Like, get your lick back, because they are doing you grimy. They are doing you so grimy. So, kind of break it down in order. He went back, went to the castle, got the healer class and all that. So his first target was the girl I was telling you about. I forgot her name already.
Yo, with my meat.
I forgot her name already. It was something. She was Princess something. I forgot. He did her so dirty. It was like, so what he did was he gained his skills back. He was in that prison again, the dungeon. He got all the skills he needed and all that. And he was like, it's time. Like, after 3-4 months of torture, he said, it's time. This man walked through. I mean, the alchemy was on point. His power. This guy might be the most overpowered individual I think I've ever seen in my life. Like, his power, him having the ability to not only heal himself, but he could steal your power, is one of the most OPest things ever, because it's like it's nonstop. Like, it's just nonstop knowledge. It's nonstop knowledge, nonstop ability, and you can't kill it. Like, you have to one-shot him, or he's gonna heal himself, and it's unlimited healing. Crazy work. So he's going through, maneuvering his way through the castle, killing knights and stuff. So cold what he did. So she was like, find him. Because, like, the king or whatever is out doing something. And so she's in charge, the princess. So she's like, find him. So they eventually find him. Like, got him locked up and stuff like that. And then he's with the head knight. And the head knight's like, oh, we got this hooligan. Like, what do you want to do with him and all that? And she was like, yo, take him back to the dungeon. And the head knight was like, oh, but princess, something he said, I need to tell you. And she was like, tell me. And he was like, nah, this is like confidential. She's like, come to my private quarters. Oh my God. So, of course, watching this, you're like, oh shit. The head knight finna get rewarded. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, he captured dude. He captured King. No, sir. They get in that private quarters. Oh my God. Essentially, she was like, what you gotta tell me? We do a good job capturing him, shit. This dude, I mean, whip out the sword with the quickness. Kink, kink, kink. Kill her little henchman up there. So now they just talking one-on-one. She's like, what the fuck going on? On type shit like, what's going on? This man said, you talking to him. I mean, completely shape-shifted everything. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, oh my God. Like, it's a bruh. Ulysses John de Arc. This is what Montmorency wish he was. This man is cold. Completely phased his face back to normal. He phased the other dude to look like him. So now the other dude's in the prison. Crazy work. Crazy. So then now that they face to face and shit, bruh. Of course, like he like overpowers her, and like put his hand on her and like just he went crazy in the sense of she couldn't use her magic. Her legs, arms broken. Like, it was just like, the way he did it was so dirty. And then on top of that, so she's trying to flee for her life and stuff. Like, he's like, look, no one can hear you or nothing. Like, it's just you and me. All them times you were dogging me out in that prison, it's just you and me. He said, let's play a little game. If anybody ever tells you, let's play a little game against your will, hold your breath. Hold your breath and kill yourself. Because there's nothing good comes out of someone telling you, let's play a little game. He started breaking her fingers one by one. He told her, look, if you can withstand me breaking your fingers one by one without making a sound, I'll let you go. He broke all her fingers and then got to the last finger. She over here sweating. She ain't making no sounds or nothing. He said, you did a really good job. Heal. She backed it.
You already lost. Say goodbye.
Oh my goodness. Nah, like, take me out. Take me out. Then he got like a hot, stripper clothes. Titties, yonkers bouncing, coochie out. He had a hot rod. He said, look, either you get my rod or you get this rod. And so she was like, I guess I'll go with that. And he was like, you guess? Oh, I guess my rod's not good enough for you. Just completely, this man's the ultimate gaslighter. It's the manipulation and gaslighting that was going on in this show was ridiculous. So then, just playing with her, telling her to beg for it. Bruh, he beat them cheeks up. He beat them cheeks up. Then pulled her head to the mirror and was like, I'm erasing your memories. I'm changing your identity. You gonna be my sex slave type shit. This might be a 40-minute video. This might be one of the longest reviews I ever do because I have to recap this, bro. This is therapy for me right now because while I was watching, it was just like, I couldn't look away. It was the most fucked up shit going on in my face and I couldn't look away. I was just trapped. I was just trapped in this world. I was just like, bro. So then he like changed her appearance a little bit, and then changed her name and all that, and then so she started rolling with him. She just had no clue, and that's when he changed his name. He changed his appearance. He was just able to shapeshift. It was just wild. It was so wild. So he got that lick back, and then he went. They were like maneuvering around the city and all that. So he was like doing like these little side missions, and then he was like, "Look, I need a slave," because he made a little money because he noticed in the city that they were in, they went to a new city because they fled, and he noticed that the city that they were in, the water was bad because the eye, bro. See, this is what I'm talking about. This man was just so well prepared and cold. He had alchemy. He had other people's skills. He had the special eye that he obtained from the lake where he could read people's energy and all that. Like, he just knew bro, he was one of the coldest main characters I've ever witnessed in my life. But he'd been through so much that he just deserved it. Because, like, bro, I'm not getting assaulted like that. I'm sorry. That's a crazy word. But then he was like, yo, don't drink that water and all that. She's like, why? Like, what's going on, kid? And all that. He's like, that water's like poison and stuff. So then he went, drunk the water, was able to make an antidote, flipped around, was selling it. I mean, this guy's just a merchant. Like, he's literally multi-purpose tool. You know them tools that you just have that is like a box cutter, like a key lock and all that? He's one of them, you just flip it out. He's multi-purpose. This man is multi-purpose. He's a beast. And so, I mean, he's flipping that. He's making coin and all that. He could easily just take it. Like, he don't have to make an honest living, but he said, fuck it. Let me get some resources in here. Let me, work my magic. No pun intended. He went crazy. So he had some more gold coins. And he said, look, I'm going to go buy me a slave. Crazy work. Like, this time, it just makes you hate humans, bro, because this used to be reality. Like, folks were out here getting sold. Folks were slaves. The bars were disgusting. Food was in the refrigerator. Like, this was actually, like, this actually happened, which is insane to me. And so, he checked out all the slaves, and they find this little, like, wolf girl. And then, essentially, he heals her. Buys her, heals her, has sex with her too. Like, that's his whole thing. Like, look, he gets folks underneath his wing and he's clapping all cheeks. This man is a relentless cheek clapper. He is a relentless, resilient booty bandit, is what this man is. He's a bandit. He's a scoundrel. Like, I'm trying to find, I have a thesaurus in my head right now just flinging out words. Like, this man is an asinist. Like, I don't even know what an assologist. You know what I'm saying? A cakeologist, a baker. Like, this man is here for the booty. He's taking it. I mean, this guy's he's busting nuts at least 3 times a day. He's going stupid, and they want to please him. But anyways, so essentially, he just loved how like pure she was, little wolf girl, because like she just wanted revenge. She wanted revenge on the people that raided her village, took her into captivity, sold her to be a sex slave and shit. So she was just ready type shit, right? So he essentially helped her get revenge on niggas and help her city out and all that. Like, he was like a vigilante with like his own motives. Now she's a part of the group. Bruh. So now he's having like threesomes and like, it was just crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Like, and after that, oh my God. So, I gotta talk about the night shit. And then I'll probably just wrap this up. Oh man. Because there was just so many ways he got back at folks. I'm not gonna talk about every single one, but I have to talk about this night shit. So, when he was in prison, or in the dungeon, there was the knight that was trying to impress the princess. I mean, beating the dog shit out of him. And he told the knight, like, you hit me 28 times, I'm going to remember that. And the knight was like, shut up, bitch, type shit. Kept beating on him and shit like that. Shut the fuck up type shit. Like that kind of energy. And then, so when he did like the whole flippy floppity, he left him in like his kind of body type. You know, the dude ain't got no powers like that. So like, he got to be like that body the whole time, like with his face and everything. Like he left him as him. Like how he used to look in his body and everything. So he was basically like a little kid, like a little boy. So essentially the king believed it that, you know, his body got switched and all that. So the king was like, look, go find the kid. Like, kill him. Bring him to justice type shit. And so the knight was like, yeah, I'm going to do that and all that. Whatever. And he look in the mirror and see his face and be all pissed and like stab himself in the eyes. Now he's like, no eye right here. Like he just think he's a whole badass, right? It's like, nigga, you got. Like you did all this messed up shit, you got. But the princess had a little sister, so she a princess too. And so she a strategist. And so she told the knight, look, go back to this kid's hometown, take his folks captive, all that. She trying to hit like a sentimental chord. So that's what he does. And so Key had this lady, because we don't know who like his parents are and stuff, but this lady treated him like as her own, right? And so essentially, long story short with this is they capture all the town folk. They got the woman that was like Key's mom, right? And essentially what happened was the knight sexually assaulted her shit in front of everybody type shit. Like, I mean, just brutally beat her, assaulted her, everything under the sun. And so this word got out to Key. So basically Key was like, oh, bet. Like, not only did this man come to the city, he captured my folks in my village, killing them. And then on top of that, he's raping the closest thing to our mother that I had. So now he's on for head. So like he pulled like some strategy type shit to get in close quarters with the dude and all that. So he captures dude. Key captures the dude. Oh my God, this might be one of the greatest lit backs of all time. This dude knocked him out. So the knight is just knocked out. He transforms the knight into a woman. Titties, everything. A woman. Titties, coochie, everything. Transforms the knight into a woman. And then it has a mirror on him. And then the dude was looking at himself and all that. He woke up from being knocked out looking at himself and all that. And he was still talking shit. Nigga, do you not realize you got do you not realize this man knocked out all your men, knocked you out, and turned you into a woman, and you still gonna be talking shit? Like, I'm talking about, this dude was talking about like, oh, that woman was important to you? She was fun. And she had a nice body. I mean, talking crazy. Crazy. I mean, I don't even know what kind of mental state you have to be in. Like, you just have to give up at that point. Like, to me, that's just waving a white flag. You're just like, fuck it. Like, I know I got this over you, so I'm going to use what I got over you, like, type shit. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. So he got the mirror and shit, and, like, he's looking at himself and, like, being a woman, and he was just like, Key was just like, this point was like, fuck it, you'll never learn. Broke the mirror and all that. He says, you'll never learn by me telling you, so I don't have to show you. This dude, to the knights that he knocked out, like 4 or 5 of them, he turned them into like monsters that are just horny as fuck. And they look like Space Jam monsters, right? I mean, just completely just big and just sloppy. And then he like broke dude's, like, dude couldn't move. Like, dude's legs were broken, all that, but he's a woman. Bruh. They tore his ass up. Like, literally, all 4 or 5 of them, I mean, they were in them guts. he was getting raped brazenly in all holes. Like, it was crazy work. And then on top of that, Key set the building on fire. So not only are you getting fucked, senseless, now you're getting charcoaled? Greatest lit back of all time. Like, it has to be the greatest lit back of all time. Like, the only way for you to combat a man who doesn't respect women is to treat him in a manner to how he was treating folks. So if he was over here assaulting, the only way to get him back is to assault him. And then on top of that, make him charky, say goodbye. So he did that, got him out the way. Then they went to another village. And then they found another girl who was like the demon lord that he fought. But obviously she was younger. She wasn't demon lord yet. And so now he got her under his team and all that. So that's essentially what was going on. And then the youngest princess she came to the same city he was at now. And then he ended up killing the folks that she was with and getting lit back on other people that was harming him. And then got lit back on her too because it was her idea. Like she only thing she did in his past life was make her, she would stop on his nuts too. And then she made him eat her out and shit like that. But like, it wasn't too bad compared to the other folks. But it was still bad. It was still assault. And then, so he got his lit back on there. Like, he made the sisters start kissing and shit and assaulted her shit. Then brainwashed her shit, erased her memories and shit. Like, bro, the lit backs in this anime were crazy. They were absolutely wild. So then, it essentially ended with now he has a gang of 5 women. And he's gonna get his lit back on the dude that I was telling. Bullet's next. So that's gonna be the next season. They come on next season. Bullet is getting clapped. Like, say goodbye to him. He's done. Bullet's done. So that's like kind of the high level because like they had like some politics shit, and he was like making some friends, and the empire was trying to conquer folks, and he was stopping that and all that. But that's essentially it, bro. It's a man who had a second chance to go back and make things right and getting ultimate revenge. This is the most, oh my God. And he's busting dummy nuts. And the reason why I think you should do both. If you're going to watch this anime, you should do both. You should have the unfiltered and the filtered. Somehow watch at the same time simultaneously, like I was. Because it was interesting to see how the filter left out so much. And the unfiltered, I mean, one girl got dick slapped. Like, I was like, damn. Like, bro, the unfiltered went crazy. But, like, I would just watch that. Like, it just engrosses you. Like, bro, it was crazy. It was crazy. So, all in all, over here getting water like an athlete. What the hell? The water tastes like straight trash. Is it me? Am I dying? Have I been poisoned? I might be dying. But anyways, so hold up. Anyways, this anime is the ultimate lit back. It was just so captivating. You couldn't look away, like, and the unfiltered version. I mean, bro, I'm talking about like this. He was getting raped, like assaulted on the regular, like 5-10 times a day type stuff. Like, you had folks. One dude was hitting it from the back, and another shorty was sucking his meat while he's getting. I mean, like, it was just like insane, and like the reason he said, like, I guess like his fluids benefited people somehow, but y'all just gay. Like, there's no excuse. And look, there's nothing wrong with being gay, but like, to be gay at someone else's expense, of an extent.
Yo, guys.
What the hell? So at someone else's expense? Like, that's just disrespectful. Like, it's like, bruh, be gay in peace. It was crazy. It was crazy. But the plot was just spectacular because he was doing some brutal things to folks on his get backs, but it was like, it was just justified because you just felt so bad for him. Like, when he left his village, he was not expecting this to be the harsh truth behind this shit. And yet, here we are. So, all in all, this is one of the best shows I've ever watched. Like, I had very high praise for the show. And for it to be a 12-episode season, I'm giving this joint a 9.4. This might be one of the highest rated shows I've ever watched. Because it was just, it had everything you want. Like I said, the action, the romance, and all that. Like, the Yonkers, the good-looking girls, the strategy, the plot, developments. Like, come on. So it just gets like a 9.4 out of 10 for me. My only knock on it would be that it doesn't have a season 2. That's my only knock. Everything else, I loved it. I mean, the action was spot on. I mean, they were throwing hands. I mean, swords, everybody with abilities and stuff. You still have the blood in there. Like, what an experience, man. 9.4 out of 10. If you got, was it a strong stomach, what do they call it? If you have tough skin, strong stomach, and your big toe ain't that big, this is for you. This anime's for you. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to thoroughly enjoy it because you're just watching a kid get his lip backs, get his revenge, and have that fight, that internal fight in his brain on viewing someone as a toy versus developing feelings for him. It has everything, bro. Redoofhealer, 9.4 out of 10. Banger.